Hey everybody, look at this. Can you see that? Oh my goodness, it finally opened. It's taken its sweet time, and I have no idea why this one is like 9 to 10 feet high when all the rest of mine were only like 4 feet. Look at how it goes. That's the top of my cattle panel, and the rest of the cattle panel down. I don't know, it's just sitting on some sweet soil, I guess, and it's taking up some red Malabar spinach with it. That's some multitasking. Intercropping. Not really intended. Oh, and this guy, he's not doing so good because I hit him with a weed whacker yesterday. I got a little ambitious. Oh, but wait, let's do this official. Hey, I'm Robin. Welcome to Southern Latitudes, and we're finally gonna do our July garden tour. I'm not even sure if I did one in June, but if I did, it was early in the month, so a lot has changed. So stick with me, let's look. This is my salsa garden. There went Buddy. And so the only things that are right here are, like I said, red Malabar spinach, the one particular sunflower. I don't know if that's black oil sunflower or what. And then anyhow, this is loofah. So there's a few in there, right there, down in there. This one's gonna be gigantor, man. Huge, huge, as they say. This is Martinez Chimayo peppers. Oh, there's one in there. And all the tomatoes are completely gone. Yep. So the only thing we have back here now, besides weeds, pine needles, are the 4 o'clocks, which haven't opened. It's not really that time of day, even though it looks like it, just because the sun's not out. So all the Alma paprika peppers are gone. I have all sorts of little hot peppers way in back there. I have some yellow peppers. The okra started blooming, finally. Oh, I have been trying to be patient, but this is Clemson spineless okra. And yes, it finally is making little okra pods. I can't find one. Okay, I must have picked all the last ones. These are Rosa peppers, a nice red roasting pepper. There are touchdown bell peppers in there. There's some volunteer Everglade tomatoes. There's some sweet habaneros in there. I think that was about it. Oh, there was a corbachi. It died also. Or it's not doing good. But all the Alma paprikas died too. And then we have this nice open area where I pulled everything out. And I had one carrot going to seed. But anyhow, essentially it's cleared out and it's ready for fall. It may cover it just to prevent some weeds going on. Here, the dwarf ever-bearing mulberry got a nice trim up. I probably took 2 to 3 feet off the top of there. My acha plant has grown another couple inches. My mystery pumpkin from last year, I allowed one little segment to live and it's been blooming. It's still producing boys, so it should start producing girl blooms in maybe the September time frame. And then after that, I'm gonna let it travel this way this year and just see if I can't get just a few pumpkins out of it. It was okay. It was more like a butternut squash. Also have some borage right there. Over here in my pineapple garden, well, I call it smoothie garden. So the pineapple's gone. The blueberries really need a heavy trim back. I don't know what it needs. It's honestly, I think I just need to rip these plants out and get some better ones. I have red roselle, and then I have the Florida cranberry or the false hibiscus. There's lots of different names for this one. This is the one you eat the leaves of. It's delicious. The whole first panel of the Trellis Garden is gone. Never really was much this spring. This is a peanut butter tree. You can finally appreciate it now that the nasturtiums have died back. I got some little babies that are starting to come in for the fall a little early, but that's okay. We want them small before the hurricanes arrive. We really haven't hit our peak. That'll be like next month, we'll hit our peak of hurricane season. I had some other nasturtiums doing well. They're just now starting to fade back. The second panel of the trellis did well with beans, but it's all done. This is just weeds. Those eggplants didn't work. We're going to take this out. We're actually going to put in some nice irrigation system here. The pineapple's been picked. This was supposed to be nothing but zinnias, but that plan did not work out. I did what I could with the lawnmower, but I see I've got to hand pull in here. Blackberries. Oh, I can show you that. I had a hedge of rosella in here, and I could see it kind of intermingled, but it's being overshadowed by this nice air potato vine, which needs to be yanked out. I hate air potatoes. They're not edible or anything. If you don't know anything about them, they're kind of invasive. So here we go. My blackberries look more like red berries or raspberries. These are supposed to be Navajo blackberries. So tell me if you see that, because I don't really see it being that way. Ugh. And oh man, I just hit a massive spider web. Oh, at least the spider's still there, so it's not in my hair. Ah. Okay, moving along. We have Seminole pumpkin here. I have, if I counted right, there were 7 of them. Oh man, that looks chewed up a little bit. Might lose that one. This one's nice. Man, it's got a healthy stalk on it and stem. And it's in here with my other thornless blackberry bush, but it didn't actually bloom this year. And that's the origination spot of the Seminole pumpkins. But as you can see, they've come all the way out here. I guess I'm going to lose that one too. That doesn't look good. But I have 3 more there. I have a massive one in the house. We're going to do a video on that one. Oh, here's another one. That one's still green and hiding on me. This is my red ruby grapefruit, and it's got a Meyer lemon limb off the bottom. It was grafted. It's a cocktail tree from Home Depot or Lowe's, one of those two. Oh, no. This came out of Ace Hardware. We have a fantastic Ace Hardware in Titusville, and they do really good job of bringing in fruit trees and exotic rare fruits and stuff. So I loved that tree, and I picked that up for myself. It was like a birthday gift a year or so ago. Oh, we lost another pumpkin. Here's another one. In between, on trellises 3 and 4, the only thing remaining really besides the Seminole pumpkin are these grapes. So I have one is red and one is green, which I don't remember which was which. But look at this. This one's actually going all the way up. This is close to 6 feet high on this particular one. So I got to remember not to accidentally pull that. And I have oregano in here. I guess I have a very late blooming butternut squash in there. Maybe it'll hang in there for the fall. I don't know. But my cucumbers are all gone. So, and this is a, oh, look, a volunteering Everglades tomato. It's got a couple pieces on there. Uh-oh, I got a digger. Bud man, stop. What are you going for? Shouldn't be anything good in there. Here are some beautiful butterfly peas, and you don't eat them, but you can use the flowers for making, like dyeing things. You can dye your rice blue if you'd like. Might even be able to make a tea, but if you look real closely, it does put some beans out, but you don't eat these. I just will probably, when it dies back, go ahead and share with friends and make maybe a giveaway on this channel for some of these. Aren't they gorgeous though? You gotta love that bright blue bloom. Buddy continues to look for China. No. I put in some bromeliads. My miracle fruit tree is here. It actually grew this year, just not enough for fruiting. It was a tiny twig when I got it last year. Here's some nice roselle, beautiful pink rose. I need to get in here and weed a little bit more, some more roselle down the path. Okay, this is what I call the north garden, and it's been pretty much cleared out. It needs a tiller brought in. I did weed whack it just to keep it down. This whole ground cover right here needs to come out. It was so soft, it got tore up completely with the weed eater. This one takes a little bit of line pressure from the weed eater, and I was able to go along here and get some of the runners out. This is my Florida pepper plant, and Buddy took a nice chunk off, so we were making some like pepper sauce with that. That's a big weed. Zinnias. We have all sorts of cosmos. The flowers are kind of in tradition. I just cut back my Brazilian flaming candle, my African blue basil. I think that's the order you put them in. Smells really good. It's not really got any pods out, which is kind of strange, and it's got a lot of grass between it. But maybe it's just holding back until fall. These were my straw flowers. I got one straw flower out of 3 plants, and it just does not like this heat and the probably all the rain we're getting. So that will be something I regrow again in the fall. The watermelons are completely gone. The burgundy okra is here and there. All the tomatoes are gone. We pulled that this week. What are you doing there, mister? Are you the one that's chewing leaves? Are you chewing my leaves up? Uh-oh. Oh, I can't. Ah! He's smacking me. Go on. Go find somewhere else to live. So anyhow, right here is a dahlia that died and is starting to come back, but I got to separate it by hand from this weed. And I have another beautiful dahlia right there. It's sort of taking its sweet time and coming to life this year. Zinnias, I had dianthus in here. I think I hit it with the weed whacker. The cosmos is about to turn over, so it died back, and it'll start coming back real nice in the fall. Let's see, I have a little bit of nasturtium, of course weeds too, and it looks like a zinnia fell in here, so I'm going to get maybe some summer zinnias. Here's another that looks, I think that's a nasturtium. I could be wrong. Things got moved, things that were supposed to be in here. So and then of course crabgrass weeds. But there's one of my autumn beauty sunflowers. It's fallen over, and I won't be surprised if I get a million tomato plants in here, because as you can see, we had a ton of tomatoes drop as I was pulling that in the cages. I had plans. I had 1,000 sunflower seeds of 3 different varieties all in here. None of them took. So, oh well, bye-bye. I've been hitting it with the lawnmower as I cut the grass. Here's my rainbow garden. And as you can see, it's going to sleep. I've been doing what I could with weed eating the edge and lawn mowing the rest. I still have the outer arc with the amaranth, which has taken quite a bit of a bug hit. Look at that. It's like skeletonizing those leaves, whatever that is in there. Anyhow, it doesn't really matter to me because the thunderstorms laid over all my beautiful sunflowers. They're not really going to make it too well, poor things. Yeah, and the amaranth laid over. I just have a little bit of beans on the fence. I have some wing beans over here. I have eggplants. Those are Black Beauty eggplants. And I have sweet potatoes and peanuts in the little tiny raised bed. And I just have some marigolds there just to keep pollinators in this area. But I'm going to take a nice big black tarp and just cover this for the next 2 months with hurricane season, and just let it rest. We'll be back. We'll be hitting this area very hard in the fall with vegetables and new irrigation. I really have had, you know, 75 to 100 new subscribers in the past, just in the spring, really. The channel grew quite a bit when everybody was in isolation and watching YouTube. If you're watching this for the first time, I hope that you'll stick around for fall when you see everything really in the garden, because I'm in Florida, zone 9B, and everything's kind of going to rest now with the rain and the heat and humidity. And so I'm kind of limited in what I have, that's as far as growing and being fruitful on our lot. So, and we're in a suburban gardening situation. So what Jack and I focused on when we were in the pandemic was planting all of our permaculture. And this is the Eureka pink lemon, and that was nice. It just went through a little growth, and on this little stem or stalk right there we had fresh blooms, but I see they're gone now. I think we only have this one left. Oh no, here comes some more blooms. I think this probably has multiple blooms per year, which is nice. That means it'll just keep bearing all year long. Here we go. The key lime is starting to put on fresh buds. Nice. There's another one. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm happy about that. It came with limes and we already ate the limes. So we're just waiting for it to, you know, come out of shock and put on some growth, and of course, which this is all new growth, and put some buds on. And then this is our Meyer lemon bush. We have the Meyer lemon branch also grafted on the grapefruit tree. But yeah, these are nice. There's several on here, or a handful on here, and I don't see a lot of new growth, but at least it doesn't look like it's dying back either. We have a really nice Jaboticaba, and this is Myceria. Can you read that? Cauliflora. I believe that's just like one of the red ones. And again, that came from Ace Hardware. We got a little friend up there. And I believe it's through the transplant shock. I have yet to stake it for the hurricanes. I ran out of stakes, so this one didn't get staked. Oh, and way over there, I failed to mention the winter Mexican avocado. And I did clear off that if you watch the hurricane video. I have asparagus in here. And we had been eating off the asparagus, and let me see if I can find it, because some of you have been asking. Lori, if you're watching, here we go. There is an asparagus seed right there by this finger. So I'm waiting for that to turn red, and I'm going to collect it. Here we go. Here's an asparagus. Yay, right there. And oh, and there's another one right there. So I had been eating these, and then I was like, oh, you know what, I don't have like many more of these little blooms on it. So that's what I've been doing. I've been letting some of those stalks come up higher again, because I want to collect more seed than just one. And I would like to actually expand our whole area here for a whole lot more asparagus beds. Oh, look at that zinnia. Isn't that pretty? It volunteered up. I had a lot of volunteer zinnias. And a hibiscus that's starting to take. One of the biggest changes out here, this is my house garden, is that I removed the fence this week. The weeds were just getting ridiculous, and it was hard to get them with that little green flimsy fencing there. The only reason why it was here in the first place is because we got Buddy about a year in 8 months, I think, ago. He'll be 2 in October. And we got him at 16 days old, and so as he was a little baby, we went ahead and fenced this so he wouldn't get in there. But as you can see, a lot of this garden is going to sleep for the summer. I've already tried to suppress the weeds in this area. I was going to suppress more weeds over here as well, but I have found that one little Zucchini rapicante plant, and I mean it was one. I planted like 6 in here and only one survived, but it is doing what it did last year, which is just taking over and providing a natural ground cover. I have jalapenos in here. I saw blooms, but I haven't really seen any big fruit yet. Yeah, just blooms. but I'm hoping that'll happen. I need to stake these. I put one stake in here right now just to remind myself, get out here with more stakes. I have a whole bunch in the shed that I just haven't been using. Okay, now let's find it. Oh, there he is. You see that? That's monster. I'm thinking that's close to 2.5 pounds already. And I probably should just go ahead and pick it. I saw a lot of fruit in here, but a lot of it's not getting pollinated. I don't know why the bees haven't been over here. I have a lot of butterflies with the zinnias. I just don't have like the honeybees in here. So I have a little bit of onion in there, and then some old cauliflower that's not making heads because of the heat. So I just been little by little, the chickens, I just take it from right there into the chicken pen and let the chickens enjoy some greens. And I have a little bit leftover dinosaur kale, which I give that to my bunny girl named Lulu. And I had a tiny bit of garlic left in there. I don't remember that. I might have actually left it. What, buddy? Did you just pick kale? You did just pick kale, didn't you, silly boy? Oh, here's the other big news. Okay, I have a whole row of pineapples, and so far we've picked 9. We picked all 9 pineapples that were ripe and good. We had 2 other bad ones, and so they've been in here helping me catch the rats at night. I've caught 2 rats so far, so that's nice. Rosemary. I gotta do some weeding between these bushes, but for right now, we're just living with it. I did some massive work on Friday. Oh, Thursday. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe I didn't lead with this. Thursday, we were quite a bit preoccupied because our little bundle of joy, first great-granddaughter, showed up to this world, and we were totally over the moon, thrilled with her, and I'm so proud of my son and his wife. And yeah, she showed up. I just love her, and already I haven't got to meet her and touch her. There's some things going on with her health, and so we're being extra cautious and not gonna be around her yet. But as soon as we get the green light from the doctor, we're gonna be right there for sure. Okay, so let's get back to the pineapples. Now that I've finally made my major announcement I should have made for 10 minutes ago. This is our pineapple, and this one had a pineapple on it, and now this year has 3 pups. This is probably the one that's going to go next year, but these are called pups, these little side ones. And I see pups all over the place. There. Okay, so let me just tell you that when I first started pineapples several years ago, probably a half dozen or more years ago, I did Google searches. What was that? That better not be a rooster. Anyhow, I did Google searches, and I could not find a whole lot on pineapples. And I was told, rip them out after a pineapple. I read stuff about your secondary and third pineapples will never be as big as your other pineapples. Well, all of that is a lie. If you're growing pineapples and you have the space for them to spread a little bit, leave them. We had bigger than store size pineapples as well as little ones, because I have one that's in the shade, and that one just didn't grow as big as its counterparts here. But these that are here in full sun all day long, and they got lots and lots of rain that was run off from the roof here. Of course, that roof's going to be not there next summer, but wow, I can't. And there's a drip line in there. We have irrigation back there, but wow, I absolutely cannot believe the huge pineapples that we had. And we have a big bag, and we're freezing them back, and we're jarring them. So don't throw away your pineapples. And each one of these can come out, and you can use those and throw those in the ground to make more pups and expand your pineapple garden. This one's got 3 pups also on it. 1, 2, 3. So I think because they're getting so established, I used to only get 1 pup, but this year I have several with 3 pups and some with 2 pups. So they are must be very happy with what's going on. So look what's going on. That is from, I think it's a Minorca, right? Or Ancona, I'm sorry, maybe that's what it is. The black one with the red comb. But she finally got done being broody, and now I'm getting chicken eggs again. Come see my rack of bananas is looking good. It actually, you gotta look down below to see the rest of them. Woo! Not ready yet. Maybe about another month or so. Or if we get a devastating blow from a hurricane, then they'll come down with that. No, I hope not. Got some new pups coming in. Right there. And a weed. And let's see. Yeah, I got some pups down there too. So we got the next generation coming. So last but not least, I have my Barbados Cherry tree right here. And it's going through its first bloom now that it's been in the ground since April. And I just love it. It's gorgeous. I see many more blooms on here. But unfortunately, I don't think it set any of the fruit from, like there was blooms here. Yeah. I don't see fruit being set, sadly. It has new growth. That's nice. Seems like the bees just haven't found it yet. We need some scout bees to come on over and notify all their friends that there's a new bloomer here. It's sitting right next to a beautyberry tree. So, and they had no problem getting pollinated, but for some reason it didn't transfer over to here, or didn't translate from that tree to this tree. Oh, there's another bloom. Yeah, we're gonna keep getting blooms, which is nice. Last but not least, we got my little lemongrass plant. It's supposed to be split eons ago, but I didn't, and it's not, I can tell it's not happy because it's just nowhere near the size it has been the past 3-4 years. But there's always tomorrow, right? Hopefully to get things split and transplanted into new pots. So thank you for watching, and thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that you'll give me like a thumbs up or something like that. Subscribe. If you're new and you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for all you new viewers who have subscribed in the past 3-4 months. I appreciate you watching this, and thank you for hanging with me through the garden tour. Bye. Buddy likes collards. Pretty certain. Those are tiger collards being eaten by a boxer. Oh, I also have lots of aloe in here. I have chives going crazy. I have some amaranth that's self-seeded, and I have just a couple carrots that I put in during the April cold snap. Now, not many took, but hey, I had some take. I told my sister-in-law if she got here in July that I'd have her some carrots ready. So that's what I think. Probably won't be ready, but they look like they'll be ready by August. Now, which one of you is making that noise, huh? Which one of you? It was one of the boy band, wasn't it? That's what it was. It was either David Lee Roth or Miss Frizzle is really a Mr. Frizzle. Yeah. Tell everybody you're getting a new coop this fall. We didn't make it in time this spring because of COVID, but we're going to get one this fall.